just got back from seeing Wicked for Good. I really liked the first one, unexpectedly, when I saw it last year, actually around this same time. And so I was very invested in the part 2 of the movie, as this is a continuation of the original movie, as both movies are one whole story, so this isn't technically a sequel. This is an adaptation of Act 2 of the Broadway musical, which I have not seen, but still, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm gonna be honest, I have not watched the first movie in a while, but, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I liked this one better, kind of by a landslide. Let's talk about the characters first. The characters were great. There was so much good character development for everyone. Elphaba had a great character arc, and her fake death scene and ending was really sweet. Glinda had a very tragic story, but it had a really good ending, and her character development was great. Fiyero was great in this movie. His development was nice. Nessa, I think, even though she didn't get a lot to do, I think that her role was great, and I really liked that whole scene with, the Tin Man and the Wicked Witch of the East song and everything. Boq, again, we don't get to see much of him, but his character was nice. Who else? The Wizard and Madame Morrible, both really great stories in this. Dorothy, I think, was handled really well in terms of respecting Judy Garland and the character. She was only in a few scenes, but that's another thing, is that this movie and the first one is a really good prequel to the Wizard of Oz story. And especially with this movie, it handles the elements of the Wizard of Oz story great without making it feel like a complete remake of the movie. So you have all the scenes you really need to have. The tornado dropping on Nessa, Dorothy being sent down the Yellow Brick Road by Glinda, which in my opinion, I kind of wish we had seen Glinda's thought process in that scene, but yeah. There's the Dorothy and her friends meeting the wizard, and obviously the melting, and in the background we do see, the wizard leaving, so, yeah. All of the plot elements of this movie and the story in general was really nice. It takes place 4 years, I believe, after the original, and it really handles everything really well with the political stuff and just everything in this movie in terms of story was absolutely brilliant and just really good. The music, in my opinion, was a huge highlight. The songs in this movie, I'm going to say, are better than the original. Some of my favorites are definitely I Couldn't Be Happier, No Good Deed, and The Girl in the Bubble. Those are all amazing pieces of music. Obviously, the visuals are stunning, really balances the color and the darkness, because this is a much darker movie, and for people that really enjoyed the first movie, that might be a little bit off-putting, because of how bright and happy and fun the first movie was, whereas this movie takes a much darker tone, which I really like. I like that it takes a darker tone, but it still has its funny moments, and it really balances heart and humor well. Yeah, the acting is great, that kind of ties into the characters, but the acting in this movie is really good. Everything about this movie, in my opinion, is near perfect. It has all the aspects you want from a good movie, a good musical, and a good sequel. So it really is great. This and Elio are tied for the best 2 movies of 2025, in my opinion. I haven't seen Zootopia 2 yet, and I fear that I might not be able to before it hits Disney+, but, yeah. Wicked for Good was good, and I have been changed for the better by watching this. So, yeah, I really enjoyed Wicked for Good, and even the changes they made were also nice, so yeah. I really like this. Have a good day. Go watch it.